Hello everybody and good evening. My name is Nick Staton and today I'll be showing you how to make a great cup of coffee. The reason I am calling it a great cup of coffee is because it's better than a good cup of coffee, but not quite a perfect cup of coffee. I'm confident in saying that it's a great cup of coffee because I'm 31 years old and I've been making my own coffee every morning for about 15 years. I say that it's not perfect because that would probably require being made in a coffee shop by a professional with professional equipment. But taste is subjective. Today I'll be showing you the equipment I'm using, how to measure water in coffee, how to boil the water, how to grind the coffee, how to brew the coffee, and how to serve it. This could be helpful to you if you like making your own coffee and want it to be affordable while still being a great coffee experience. First off, I have a KitchenAid coffee grinder, which I've been using for years. It works best if you clean it regularly. This is an electric water kettle, which I never used until I got together with Jasmine, and I've been fully convinced is the most efficient way to boil water. It's also very fast. Next, this is my coffee kettle, which keeps heat locked in for hours. Lastly, a ceramic dripper. And actually, lastly, coffee filters. They come in all different sizes, but this one matches my dripper. While I was a Folgers man for many years, I found that the cheapest coffee is not necessarily the best coffee. I like this brand here because it's roasted locally. I like the flavor, and it's $20 for a 2-pound bag at Costco. There are so many options out there. I found that trial and error are the best way to find your favorite. I'm not a coffee snob by any means, but that's the great thing about it. If you like the taste, that's what's important. You can't do wrong. I also prefer to buy whole bean coffee because it releases so much of the aroma and the flavor when you grind it. When you buy the pre-ground stuff, it tends to lose its freshness quickly. We also store it in the fridge to keep the beans fresh. Next, I'm going to set some pre-measured water to boil because it takes a minute. Okay, now we measure the water. This part is easy. You just take your cup, pour water into it, and see how much it is. In order to properly measure, you should leave it set down on the counter. So here I've got 14 ounces. I like to leave myself a little room in my cup, but also we're going to boil a little extra water, and I'll explain why later. Next up, we'll measure the coffee. You should know how much your scoop is. This is 1/4 of an ounce. I'm going to use 2 scoops. It's important to grind the beans just enough, not too much. If you grind them too fine, it will cause over-extraction and lead to a bitter flavor. That should be good. Pro coffee grinders in coffee shops actually have a dial where you can set it to how coarse or how fine you want your coffee. Once again, we're here at home, so it's going to be great, not perfect. Next, we're going to wet the coffee filter just a little bit. We're going to place our grinds in the dripper. This is good enough. Okay. So, we're going to use a little bit of that extra water now to bloom the grounds. This begins the process of releasing these aromas and flavors, but this first bit comes out under extracted. That means it's going to be very watery and thin. That makes sure that when I pour the remaining volume, I'm I'm gonna hit the sweet spot of the aroma and the flavors that I want in my cup. Next, I'm gonna be pouring the remaining volume into my dripper to make my cup of coffee. You wanna make sure that you're pouring the water around the edges of the dripper to get all the dry bits and grounds in there. Great. And finally, pouring this coffee into my favorite coffee mug. I got it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland when I went to visit my brother in college, and he was busy the whole time, so I had to occupy myself during the days. So I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by myself. It was actually a really fun experience. I highly recommend going to a museum by yourself because you can explore it at your own pace and you can leave whenever you want. I also like drinking from souvenir mugs because I'm a sentimental guy and I like to reflect on my favorite memories while I drink my coffee in the morning. Okay, there it is. Finally, you serve the coffee. Many people like theirs black. I myself like it with just a little bit of oat milk and sometimes some sugar if I'm feeling fun. That's a great cup of coffee. So in summary, I showed you the equipment that you need, I showed you the coffee products that I like, and I explained why. Also, I demonstrated the process of making a cup of coffee. I also included a story about visiting my brother at college. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much.